And hold my hand, fly with me. And
getting the first pick. Oh, get 3, Pyro, get 3 with the
Void Kid putting on a clinic. Whole team's down. Oh!
Experience tranquility.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another incredible match here at Overwatch Tranquility. Once again, it is Friday, and we are going straight into the Transcendence tier with Clovers versus, what's that team name again? Oh, right. Pogfish. I mean, is Thug here? Is he here?
In our hearts, he's here. In our hearts, at least.
At very least, he's around somewhere, I'm sure.
Of course.
I'm Captain Jack, your play-by-play, joined by Booth on analyst and Juke running production tonight. Booth, tonight is going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, to say the least. I mean, a couple of pretty well-known teams here. The Transcendence tier. Everybody loves Pogfish. Been around since season 4. Clovers new this season, off to a little bit of a rocky start. 1 and 2, currently sitting in 6. That desperately need a win here to try to help their seeding to go into stage 2. Because only 2 games left here in stage 1. This is it's been flying by here so far in this first stage for everyone. But Pogfish looking pretty good. First place, 3-0. So win here kind of help defines their placement into stage 2 and into the playoffs.
No, I totally agree with what you're saying. Until this most previous match they had against Arctic, they were completely undefeated. 4-0, all 3 matches. So Pogfish is the one to beat right now in the Transcendence tier. And, you know, maybe, they're Clovers, maybe 4-leaf clover somewhere in there. Little luck might go a long way tonight. So it looks like our first match of the evening is going to be taking us to Oasis. So let's go ahead and do a quick introduction of our teams. I'm just having some issues with my computer getting over to that list.
Well, while you're doing that, I can read through Pogfish here for us to start off with these.
Works for me.
So the team clocking in at 38.92. We have Yeeter, we have Laskian Merge currently on leave of absence with the team. We have You Can't See Ghost, Aqua, Randy, Crocodile. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong.
Yeah.
Crocodile and Ota.
And for the side of Clovers, clocking in at 3640 SR, we have Plane, Destol, Ocean, Azoth Taco, Happy Squid, Excalibur, and Mild. So we got the heat and the strength all coming in from Clovers, but will it be enough to take down the Pogfish? Our first map of the evening is going to take us to the Gardens here on Oasis. And what do we see coming out for compositions there, Booth?
We've seen the Roadhog out of each side here. We got that Reinhardt over on the side from Happy Squid, which is compared over to Yeeter, going to be on the wrecking. We're going to have a lot of air support here running that Echo, already putting a lot of pressure over onto. Watch out for that Zenyatta. Going to be the target from this dive from the Sombra.
That is true, and immediately already coming in, Laskin taking down a Plane. It's a 5v6 fight, already trying to move their way into the objective, but the aggression that is coming out, Laskin able to get Taco there at the very little bit that they were at. Pogfish going in on the objective right now, looking to gain control, but the fight far from over right now. They have grabbed control, and it looks like we are going to see a little bit of a back off, but here comes the re-engage. The hack comes in from Ghost onto Happy Squid, along with the hook and anti-Clovers, just trying to find their footing right now in this meta. Big EMP already coming in from Ghost as they just continue to get pick after pick right now, but here it comes in reverse. Plane able to take down Ghost, but Randy throwing it on to Taco. Big minefield there, just trying to cut off some of the rest of the team, and the picks just keep coming in for the side of Pogfish as Yeeter takes down Mild. 33% and climbing, and the team is still feeding into the action, just not wanting to stop. Destol is on a rampage. They are going to take this objective, as we see now. Happy Squid back into the action. The whole hog is online as Laskin getting that pick onto Destol there in the end. I think that is finally going to shut down this fight. 50% and climbing for Pogfish.
Yeah, my goodness, an incredibly long fight. I mean, all the way up to 50% as we saw there. There really didn't seem to be a clean engagements really going in. A good pulse bomb come into, they are able to take down the Reinhardt with it, and they're Pogfish going to keep pushing forward and end the second fight before it really gets started. But I mean, really what you saw there out of Pogfish was how aggressive they were able to go in. You saw how Laskin was just playing up in the front lines there as the Roadhog was able to pump a lot of damage, and you saw that the same way coming out of Clovers as well. You saw You Can't See Ghost got that EMP because of that, a lot of that going into the Reinhardt, but this is really last fight territory now for Clovers, but they do have ultimates online to help win.
That is true, and the Bob Ore getting invested. It looks like it was just kind of a throwaway as we see Azoth swap over to the McCree. Transcendence now coming in as we see the Nano going in onto Laskin, trying to keep them up in the fight. Both them and Yeeter just getting pick after pick. Those hooks are huge right now, and as many times as Laskin continues to get antied by Mild, it is not enough. 100-0 for the Pogfish here on the Garden.
Yeah, that was a very interesting first point there. I mean, I think we really saw about 3 total engagements. That first fight just went so long, and I mean, with all the ultimates that are really built up by Pogfish, they just continued it over. It's going to be a little harder for them to probably play that. I don't know if scrappy is really the right word, but just kind of all over the place play style here. When we go to University, a little more compact on the point, little less space for you to push into. You see both main tanks, Yeeter now going over to that Reinhardt as well, and an interesting DPS comp on the side of Pogfish, kind of switching back and forth. They're pulling out that Mei, going to try to use some of that positional advantage probably to help take down Happy Squid, but we have the Sombra coming out now over on the side of Clovers. They're going to use that Sem TP to get forward a little closer and switch back to the Mei again, but that Sombra is going to have to put a lot of pressure onto Analog in the back line, but it's going to be up to see how You Can't See Ghost is able to deal with it.
That is true, and it looks like already detected is Excalibur, as we see the Maywall just separating out. Mild able to get that first pick on to Randy right there, though. That's going to help them out a bit, but with Plane falling to Laskin soon after, not going to be good for them. They are just running their way in. Maywall separating out Happy Squid, and Yeeter's going to punish that with the Fire Strike. The Sleep Dart ends up coming in onto Laskin, but without the additional damage to hold them off, that's not going to do much as the percentage starts to climb once again for the Pogfish.
Yeah, Yeeter picking up a lot of kills here. Laskin over on the Sigma lets Yeeter get a little more aggressive than you normally would. Having that Roadhog like we see over on the side of Clovers. They're going for the shield break kind of play here. Not able to get tons of hooks across yet. I mean, it's still, even though Reinhardt has been nerfed, still a lot of barriers to try to get through.
That is true. And we already saw that hook coming in from Destol on the side, looking to see if they can get a pick around that shield. Big pick. There it comes with the Nano. Destol able to take down Yeeter. And there they go into the objective in a 4v6 fashion. Big hook coming in onto Laskin, but the anti-nade gets returned by Analog right there, trying to keep the team alive as much as possible and working well. Happy Squid has the Shatter online, getting ready to use it, but they don't even need it to take control. It looks like Pogfish just going to go ahead and back off, regroup, and get started for their next push.
Yeah, smart to wait for the Lucia there. They have the engagement and all the ultimates. Yeah, open up with the, they have the high noon. Oh, they're going to go for the combo. Oh, there it is.
Man, that was a huge right there. You Can't Ghost now just cleaning up the remains at the 20% mark. We will see things switch right back over to the Pogfish.
Yeah, good combo there from Laskin and You Can't See Ghost, and they still have 3 very big fight-winning ultimates able for them. Yeeter still has the Shatter, they have the Blizzard Nano Boost, probably going to go on to Yeeter into something, but Clovers have the ultimates to win this year. They're so close to this EMP. If they can farm this up before the fight starts, they'll be able to negate basically everything. And they try to get the Shatter off, it looks like.
They tried to get the Shatter off, but it did not work in their favor to get the pick they were looking for. But here comes the big old Blizzard coming in from Crocodile. Doesn't manage to get anybody, though. They're able to just barely get out. Big EMP coming in from Excalibur, ends up getting 2, but the beat drop gets fed in by Randy, so that's not going to be the end of the Pogfish just yet, but it looks like they've gotten enough picks to keep them off the objective, as Dustle just taking a little nap thanks to Analog.
Yeah, now we have a switch over on the side of Pogfish off of the May, going over to the Torb, so trying to help deal with the Sombra a little bit. Sombra McCree, McCree Torb is pretty tough for a Sombra to go with, and Pogfish gonna take an interesting approach here on the right. You see the Sigma of Laskin kind of taking advantage, but You Can't See Ghost gonna throw on the
Ooh, the Sleep Dart came in a little late. It did a little bit of damage, but not able to get that pick, but Yeeter and You Can't Ghost end up following up on it nonetheless. And it is just enough to continue taking this objective right now at the 55% mark. As they get that Sombra off the objective, they will take it back. Gravitic Flux coming in, but honestly, oh no, they're able to get them but gets hacked out of it by Excalibur. The Shatter comes in from Yeeter in the end, though, taking Destal right out. Mild soon to follow as overtime ticks away. The Pogfish are gonna, oh no, who was on the objective? Somebody was holding on. Plane. Yeah, I think Plane just barely touched that objective to keep it going. But, I mean, Pogfish just really drawing the line in the sand early here on Oasis.
Yeah, definitely. We see the play of the game there out of Laskin, and I think it really was the difference. More aggressive. You saw Yeeter getting there on the Reinhardt. Extra protection there, having the eat, having the shield available, let them really get forward, take some of those aggressive angles. I mean, they were basically holding that first little choke there next to the spawn door, up there on that after they got the flip of the point. So I don't know if the Roadhog going into the double shield was working terribly well on the side of Clovers, but you saw the potential it got. I mean, what was that, when that nano boost on that second fight ended up getting like a 4K, I think it was. So it's still showing that it's viable. That's just the strength of being able to get set up on points so easily there on these small control points. But although Pogfish taking that one 2-0, I think that was a pretty close round on both sides there. I mean, Clover's still showing that this, with the composition that they're running with that, if they really like that Roadhog comp, that they can still definitely win off of that.
And I think that's just one of the things that they're kind of struggling with right now, is that you have those teams that are almost dead set against the changing meta that's going on right now, because they're so strong on the metas that they've already practiced. But then you have those that are trying to practice this new meta but aren't really completely comfortable in it to be able to execute it perfectly and be able to get the picks that they're looking for. We saw Destal over and over again able to get a couple of hooks around those shields, but I mean, the double shield, if played correctly, as we saw by the Pogfish, they're still incredibly viable. So folks at home, don't let anybody tell you that the meta cannot be beaten.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Roadhog, I think, is right. I think the meta is just in a weird place though. Across both lines, you're seeing there's not really a set kind of play yet. I think for a lot of teams, still trying to figure out exactly how to work. I mean, I don't know if we're really going to see tons of Orisa Roadhog yet. That's kind of that seems to be a little bit of a weaker play. But Temple of Anubis going to be our second map here now, which you normally see that double shield being ran. Used to be Orisa Roadhog before Sigma became so viable, but I guess now I'm probably not going to expect to see the pulled pork.
Yeah, it really is kind of unfortunate the way that they've kind of taken Orisa out of the meta. There's not, I mean, she's viable if you know how to play her right, but it's still incredibly difficult to try to get going. As we see just our camera zipping all around here, just having a good time. Just throwing me off a little bit there, but we're having a good time here. It's great. But Anyways, going into Anubis, I agree with what you're saying there. You know, not having that pulled pork is going to make it incredibly difficult for them to kind of utilize the damage we typically see on the high ground defense right here. But, you know, you can make up for it for what we're seeing coming out from the side of Pogfish as they head in on the defense. They're just gonna go. They're just gonna go back to that old hog and ball torture with the Widow and Farah this time around. So trying to dominate the skies as much as possible.
Yeah, interesting on the defense. You're going to see a different hold than you normally expect because really there's not really a shield to stand behind. Analog's not really stand on the front ground, going to be standing in the back. So it's going to see if Azo's able to get picks on that with the Widow. Going to have to try to take down You Can't See Ghost as well as taking down the Pharmacy. So a lot in store there for the Widowmaker. You can see probably a lot of pressure coming out from Excalibur as well if they're able to get the oh no, there it already is.
Double kill coming in from Laskin and Ghost right there as they just before they just poking their heads out just to see what's going on and immediately getting shut down right there. Pogfish, come on, just give them a little breathing room to figure out what's happening.
Yeah, you're not normally expecting teams to be holding those angles, especially this close. But the double bubble can deal with this if they're able to dive onto one of the targets. But yeah, they're gonna push room, which is kind of smart here. Try to deal with the Pharmacy before they push in. Try to find the target to dive. It's really gonna try. I mean, you're not gonna be able. You don't really want to be diving the Roadhog if you can, but You Can't See Ghost is still able to get these picks. I mean, it's going to be hard for them to push in.
That's true, and with Taco just getting obliterated in the backline by Yeeter right now is just making so hard for them to take care of Ghost on the objective, but it looks like the picks are coming in. Excalibur able to take down Randy. That's a great... and Crocodile soon to follow. That's working out very well in their favor, but the time is still ticking down there, folks. As we already see, they're at the 2-minute 30-second mark, and the picks now coming back in as Laskin and Ghost just go ahead and clean up the objective. Not a tick to be had as they take it right back from the Clover.
It was a good pick there on the You Can't See Ghost, but the respawns are coming in now for Pogfish. So it was a good job from Clovers. They were trying to deal with some of the spread around part of Pogfish. They really seem to be struggling with figuring out who to be diving and taking advantage of here. But, I mean, they're going to have the nano boost. They can throw that on the Death Stool, build up a Primal Rage pretty quickly. But they have to be careful here because there's going to be a barrage and a whole hog, as well as a nano boost. I mean, you're probably going to see a nano whole hog coming in, which is just terrible if you're that Primal Rage in Winston.
That is true. Well, you see the nano at least going in onto Destal as Crocodile taking down a plane, but will get followed up on by Mild. Randy just trying to run away, just trying to get away from that monkey, and will end up almost being successful right there. There we go. Now they're out of the woods, but it looks like they're going to change their target onto Analog right now, looking to see if they can get that pick. Happy Squid able to get that pick onto Randy, and Analog down now to Destal, and I think that is going to be objective one if they don't take care of Laskin. There we go. Excalibur able to take down Laskin there with the beam. That's going to go ahead and give them objective alpha with just about a minute on the clock. That's going to give them about 4 minutes to move into Bravo.
A massive job there on the side of Clovers. Destal getting the pick they needed. Analog right, and wasn't able to get off the nano boost first because a nano boosted Laskin there on the side of Pogfish would have completely eaten through a Primal Rage in Winston. So big pick for them. Pogfish gonna have 3 ults here to try to stop this snowball gonna come in. Happy Squid though has the grab, which, as we have seen, is able to pull anything through, and with Excalibur gonna have that that Echo ultimate, could copy Laskin here and pick up a quick whole hog combo with that, which could be just devastating to Pogfish.
That is true. Minefield coming out right now from Yeeter, just trying to keep them off the objective. And we also saw the Symmetra coming in there momentarily to get them on the high ground, but it looks like Crocodile has swapped over to the Torb instead. The picks are coming in for either side right now. The Res back in onto Ghost as we see the Nano going in onto Excalibur, trying to see if they can get the picks they're looking for right now. Ball v ball right now on the objective. Who will be the stronger ball? And it looks like, unfortunately, Excalibur got theirs worn out in the end. Laskin and Randy taking picks out of Clovers once again. Not a tick to be had on objective Bravo.
Yeah, so they're not able to get the tick through, and ultimates rotating back again for Pogfish. They're going to have both tank ultimates starting this fight, but there is going to be the shatter for the side of Clover. It's going to be hard for Destel to catch kind of enough members with this. I mean, if they're able to get the supports or maybe the Torb is going to have to play a lot differently than they were on the first point. Normally trying to sit behind a shield, that turret's kind of just going to be free target for Taco to take out. But I do like this Tracer switch from Excalibur. I'm going to put a lot more pressure here on the back line. But if you're the side of Clovers, probably got a dry fight here. You're not going to have tons behind this Shatter. And you're probably going to need at least 2 ultimates to kind of clean up with all the spawns that are here for Pogfish.
That is true, and Yeater again out with the big minefield, ends up taking down Happy Squid. Now trying to see if they can go behind and push more into the backfield, but gonna be unsuccessful. Pick comes in from Taco onto Laskin, and the Shatter taking down some, but not gonna be able to follow up due to that minefield still blocking the way. Yeater anti-nated though, the shield just barely saving them, but Plane will take Yeater out of the action there in the end. Big Whole Hog coming in with the nano, just destroying the back line right there. Not gonna do anything except eat them up right now. And the last one to fall there will be Plane. 1 minute 30 seconds. Oh my gosh! Laskin just going straight for the spawn, doesn't even care. Wow.
Was that a 5K out of Laskin, I think? I mean, that was giving me some, like, Season 3 competitive vibe with those nanoed Whole Hogs. Oh, great pick there from Taco. 2 picks there. I mean, respawn's coming quick here for Pogfish. They're going to have to wait, but the Molten Core up too, and the Clovers are going to have to wait now. That's too bad because they got 2 big picks there, but it's such a long walk to first point there that they didn't have everybody available yet.
Is true, but Taco still getting picks, Ghost swapping over to the Tracer, getting headshot pretty easily right there. And we see a Happy Squid now with the Whole Hog available as the Nano went in onto them from Mild. The beats get traded by Plane and Randy right now, and here comes the Whole Hog from Happy, sending them all over the place just off that dang objective right now. Yeater gonna be the next one to fall as we just see continued feed from the spawn. Another Molten Core already coming in from Crocodile, but not going to be able to get the picks that they are looking for right there. And I am totally eating my words. Taco just getting pick after pick right now, but it is not enough. The feed from the spawn just keeping things going right now on the objective. Only 10 seconds remaining on the clock, and Happy Squid going to be the last one to fall. And unfortunately, I don't think anyone's going to be able to get to that objective. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Plane just barely able to get to that objective in time. Destel taking the mine straight to the face, trying to see if they can get in there, but it's not going to be enough. Big hold coming in from Poggers on objective Bravo.
Yeah, great job from them. They're really running this hog and ball incredibly well. Yeater, I mean, if you've caught any screenplay of, any capture like angles on Yeater, the ball mechanics are insane. Which I think a lot of ball players have kind of gotten a little rusty. You don't more. But I think Laskin has been really a difference maker there on that Roadhog so far. We're going to have to see how they handle the attack. I mean, the beauty of that comp they were kind of running is that they were kind of running almost like a dive kind of format. They were waiting to see where Clovers are going to push in and then apply pressure to it. So they can basically run the same thing on that first point attack. And right now they're going to do that. Going to run that Pharah with the Widowmaker. You're going to have the Ana and the Mercy seeming to be the kind of meta composition right now for healers. Clover's going to be running that Reinhardt with the Roadhog, which guarding that Sombra as well could apply a lot of pressure here to Yeatle. No shield to really break these hacks if Excalibur is able to pick the right angles here. So Clovers definitely, I think, have a good composition here on the defense. It's going to depend on how much space Happy Squid is able to provide here with this Reinhardt, because if he keeps getting dove by Yeater and all this pressure coming in from Crocodile, it's not going to be terribly effective compared to running kind of the wrecking ball and diving into the backline on the other side. So it's going to come down to what positioning the teams are able to take, if Yeater's able to make more space, or if the shield provides more, and really what Widowmaker can seem to get on top here, which both seem to have their moments here on this last map, and Taco seeming to be the better so far, though.
Taco
Wow.
taking notes from Ghost right there, not even giving them a half a second to poke their head in, and already getting that pick. But without a lot of damage does come a lot of control, as we see Excalibur on that Sombra, going to be able to get some good hacks off, hopefully. But we do see the res come in for a Crocodile as they move their way into the objective now, trying to take to the right side, and will be successful, joining Yeeter there near the objective. Big slam.
Oh, what a
Comes in,
combo.
trying to get the follow-up right there. Crocodile with the 3K after Ghost taking down Taco. That is it. That is it for this objective. Desnol, the only one left, but is already ween all the way back to objective Bravo as Piggy. And that is going to be it. That's going to give them about 6 minutes now, and already half of Pogfish already assaulting objective Bravo.
Oh my goodness, putting the snow and snowball going right forward. We're gonna try to win this Yeeter, and you can't Ghost have such a chemistry between main tank Widowmaker there. I mean, every slam Yeeter's doing is right into the backline, and you can't see Ghost is always looking to get the picks. Don't know if that's the chemistry of those two actually being brothers in real life here, or if just the amount of time they get to play together. It is for sure showing how advantageous that slam can be there on the Wrecking Ball. But you know, they were pushing forward. They're gonna push in. They were kind of waiting a little bit.
Coming in right there onto Yeeter, but gonna be able to hold strong thanks to the Valkyrie. Popped by Randy. Rez coming in onto Crocodile after getting taken out, and big slam from Yeeter in the back line. Takes down Mild. Crocodile taking down Taco as well. The whole log coming out from Laskin, looking to see if they can get those final picks. Already looking to get that first stick. Oh, and Pogfish, I would say, is more putting the ball in Snowball, because they are just rolling over the Clovers. But you know what? You know what? I believe. I always believe in the underdogs, folks. Clovers definitely have an opportunity to take it back. But again, we're dealing with an ever-changing meta. You have to be willing to think a little outside the box and try to work within your comfort zone, of course, but you still got to try to figure out how, what are the things that we need. And we saw that a little bit. We saw the hacks coming in from Excalibur right there. It was working a little bit, but just need a little bit more to try to take down the Pogfish. So I don't know, Booth, you got anything else before we go to the half?
Yeah, I mean, I think the backline of Pogfish is kind of getting a lot of free reign. Not tons of pressure. I mean, that's what you're kind of given when you're not running the Wrecking Ball there on the attack. The Ana gets a little bit more free time there in the backline. So maybe worth trying here whenever we get back from our halftime on the third map to try to run something a little bit more divier. I mean, the real difference here in composition seems to be that main tank role where they're kind of running more of the shield. But Clovers have 10 minutes to talk it over here with their coaches. They which map will best fit their playstyle. If they want to keep running the shield, they're able to here. They can pick the right maps for it if they want. But I mean, I think there's still a lot of good to look at on their side. I mean, you're seeing how much their DPS have been popping up.
No, I completely agree with you. I hope in the second half they will excel.
Nice.
Just saying.
That was good. That's good.
All
So
right.
it could be an illusion that ends up happening.
Not
Good
planned,
half,
folks.
good
Not
half.
planned. We'll be
Good
back in about
half.
10 minutes, folks. Welcome back, everyone, to Overwatch Tranquility. Back in the Transcendence tier, we have Clovers versus Pogfish. Just, I gotta say, I really hope it's not game over
Ah,
for the Clovers right now. I really believe they can bring it
that was
back.
before half we did that. We can't do it again.
I just got all sorts of accoutrement on today. But Pogfish currently up 2-0 right now. I mean, and of course, I'm sure I don't even have to say it. I'm sure you all know where we're headed. It is hybrid.
It's hybrid. They know.
Yeah. But we were talking during the half about kind of the things that are going on in the experimental patch and with the changing meta and everything like that. Booth, do you want to kind of bring up a couple of things that we talked about and kind of why it's so important that we're seeing those kind of things in experimental right now?
Yeah, I think the experimental card first off, I think was a really cool implementation by Blizzard. I think
yes.
one, it helped them help balance. We as of course in our games are on PC. We think about us as we're the only players for Overwatch, but I mean there's whole console side as well that kind of just got given the patches that we had. But I think it's interesting how they're looking at power creep. Buffing some heroes instead of just buffing heroes, they're kind of pulling everyone back down, slowing things down. It's kind of the death bally stuff that we expect to see on maps here, like Kings Row, where you see these Rein Zarya compositions. I've always seen these Rein Zarya compositions instead of some of the high pick compositions that come right now with this like hog and ball. So I think it's the right move for them to at least be testing it out in the format that they are. I mean, you see how prominent Roadhog is right now, and not that I think this is necessarily the wrong place for Overwatch. I think this is a really fun place that they're in. I think these are fun matches to watch, but for the overall betterment of the game, I think this kind of switch over to maybe slowing things down a little bit is the right move.
No, I can definitely agree with you on that. And I think the thing that as one of those console players y'all talk about, I think the thing that I've been so interested about lately, only because you don't really see it in a competitive setting, is Moira. They are working so hard to get her into some kind of meta. And I mean, I see Moira all the time in my competitive games, but she's just like when you're in this competitive mindset, it's just so much more difficult to use her that way in kind of that high tier play. So seeing all these different things, like they've tried like the sticky death ball, they've tried making it so it doesn't bounce all over the place, or it has a certain number of bounces. Just all these little tweaks that they're trying to do to make her viable. This is so amazing. Interesting comps we got coming in here.
Yeah, interesting. I do like the Ana and the Moira. Kind of we were discussing there. I mean, the Ana and the Mercy. While we don't see the Moira as much, as those are kind of the two healers that, I mean, Mercy can fly around, has a lot of survivability. Ana can really help deal with Roadhog a little bit. So you see Pogfish running that. An interesting rotation from Clovers, though, taking the Gladiators approach around the back, and they take out Laskin with it. That's a big pick.
That's right. We're just gonna take your spawn. Don't worry about it, folks. Yeah, we do see the res come in on to Laskin though there in the end, and the picks coming in on that front line as they rotate back, and it is going down. Laskin able to get that pick onto his Excalibur there in the end, but oh no, now it comes back. Analog and Ghost just getting them from the high ground right there. Dynamite ends up getting nothing but shield as Laskin just continuing to hold on. Analog just absolutely allowing Laskin to have free reign. Taco coming in with the Deadeye, just going for the quick reload, I guess, before somebody comes from behind him. And, now they're back exactly where they started with only a tick on the board.
Yeah, not able to pick too much up yet. They got a little bit more progress than last time, but the respawns were able to come back in. You just see that survivability of the Roadhog from Laskin. I mean, pretty much holding the point there by themselves. I mean, a lot of pressure was coming onto them, but I think UKC Ghost there on the Ash was just covered it so big. You saw how fast that Bob was able to come back. Already up to 50% again. And that high ground pressure, you don't really have tons to deal with it here. I mean, the Lucio, that's about it for you. And I mean, a damage boosted Ash at this level will take down a Lucio 1v1 every time, just like that.
That is true, and there we go. Randy going down right there to the Gravitic Flux. Sleep Dart ends up going in onto Happy Squid as Ghost just taking taking control of the objective once again. Destel trying to move their way successfully out of the objective and get back to the rest of the team, as well as Happy Squid. It looks like they will successfully get back to the safety of their team, but with already 2 minutes gone, this is going to be a hard objective for them to take.
It is. So many ultimates coming online for Pogfish. 5 up. They're going to have so much bridge up there with the Molten Core. And they are getting close to another High Noon here. If they can build up with the High Noon, they have a Blizzard, a Flux. Clovers definitely have time, but they're going to have to hold off on using too many ultimates here.
That is true, and the Molten Core going down on the objective, but I don't think that's what Clovers were going for. I think they were going to get both Analog and Ghost who've been sitting on the high ground like this entire time. But Yeeter trying to work their way into that backline tackle ends up missing there for Destel as Taco ends up going down. Big accretion right there into the face of Yeeter, but going to continue to hold strong thanks to that shield. Laskin's getting in that backline, but the B-drop comes in with the anti-nade. Here it goes, and down goes Laskin. They were ready for that pick to jump on in. Blizzard now on the objective for Excalibur as the res comes in on the Laskin, but immediately we got frozen pigsicles right on the objective. That is going to be it. Now the Nano gets fed into Destel, but ends up tackling away, not able to get Laskin as they were hoping for. Taco able to follow up on it, gets stunned out. Yeeter trying to hold on with Randy, but Happy Squid gonna grab Randy right before going back in. Second tick already on the objective. 20 seconds remaining right now as they are still trying to grab that last tick, but Yeeter holding on thanks to Analog just feeding in that health as a good on-a-do. But that is it. Finally, just barely into overtime, they grab the objective and they are taken to the street.
They are, and they're pushing forward with big ultimates. They have the combo there with the Flux and the High Noon again. They're going to have a Shatter. Ocean getting close to another Nano Boost they'll be able to throw on, probably to Destel in a fight. Pogfish, though, going to be ready. Hold on. You see Crocodile going over to the legs. Going to put some more pressure. I mean, I think they were seeing how strong You Can't See Ghost was up on that high ground as the Ash, and now they're going to be kind of going in from multiple angles, so I like that switch out of them.
That is true, and the whole team going for these angles. Big anti-nade comes in, and Crocodile able to take down Taco, so not going to see that combo just yet, but we will see Plane trying to deal with Crocodile right now. The wall comes up as the Nano going in onto Destel, but the Bob going to get left out there. Does end up grabbing Happy Squid along with Crocodile's help there at the end, but Excalibur sending that icicle just right back, taking them off that high ground. Yeeter coming back into the objective, ends up taking Destel down, but gets frozen out, but then booped away from Plane, so not going to be a lot of damage coming in right there. They're now sending Yeeter back into their backline to try to manage them to sleep. And they're doing everything to take Yeeter out of the fight, but they just will refuse to yeet back to spawn. Now they are moving once again with 1 minute, 10 seconds on the clock. Gravitic Flux coming in. Laskin on that high ground ends up taking down Crocodile there. Happy Squid with the Gravitic Flux, but and we'll get chasing down Laskin. Happy Squid is not happy about this hog. they will, but it wasn't enough right there. They're moving in, use the beat to get through the minefield there from Yeeter, but it looks like they might end up grabbing objective 2 right here.
Yeah, getting very close to it. They have to throw out this Nano Boost over onto the Roadhog. Taco getting 2 big picks, and the ball trying to contest it from Yeeter, not able to jump back on there before. Oh, sorry, Yeeter actually ended up dying early in that fight, so not able to contest, but a lot of time taken off the clock for them. Clover's kind of in a weird place. It didn't really have like a full 6v6 fight to kind of invest into, so they didn't have to use any of their DPS ults, so those are going to be online for them. Tank ults will definitely be building quick enough here to be able to get the other 4 ultimates up before time goes through, but a minute 30 left's not a ton of time, and Pogfish are definitely loaded up here on ults.
Bob, Tack Visor all coming in as the High Noon from Taco tried to see if they could get something, but with all that damage popping out, you just can't do it, folks. And they're gonna push him back to spawn. Minute 15 remaining on the clock.
But a good pick there on the taco. For the side of Pogfish, I mean, they're gonna have to wait for that. And Crocodile, okay, just gonna be holding
Crocodile's
back
going?
here still. It's just all of these angles it has is so difficult. Oh, they're going for the spawn camp. Oh no! Oh my goodness.
That is
Well, you're
not
just-
going to be good.
Yeah, you're just seeing these multiple angles, how much pressure it adds, and difficult to kind of push in because when you go back and deal with it, you even see right now, Clovers are split 3 on point, trying to go forward, 3 in the back, but good sleep there on the last game. The shatter,
Watch out
yes!
the hoggle, and there comes Antinade coming in, looking to see, and there it goes. Plane gonna chase down that piggy, gonna take him right out of the fight. Ghosts making their way back onto the high ground right now as we see the Nano going in onto Destal, looking to see if they can take Yeeter out of the fight, but Sleep Dirt coming in from Ocean, not gonna allow that. Or coming in from Analog, rather, going to go ahead and take them down. Crocodile working in that backline once again, but that double shield going to continue to keep them safe right now. With 15 seconds on the clock, this is final fight territory for Objective 3.
It is. I like the double shield switch. They do get the beat out of Randy, though. It's not going to be here to help take down Excalibur's Blizzard.
Big picks coming in for either side. Gravitic Flux with the beat drop coming in. The accretion just barely missing Randy there in the end, but Ghost will fall during that accretion. Analog trying to use those anti to take down the team. Now Tack Visor coming in for Crocodile. Gets slugged out by Ocean, but immediately brought back up by Destal's Fire Strike. Not going to be a good place to be. It's a 3-on-4 right now on the objective, and the feed coming in from Pogfish. Shatter coming in with the Blizzard now, trying to see if they can push it in. Just that 0.93 meters remaining on the objective. They're so close, but everything is just coming quick and fast, trying to feed into this objective. Yeeter getting booped away, ends up getting the Nano in from Analog, trying to see if they can keep it going. Big anti-nade as well, and here comes the spin to win, just booping everybody they can from the objective. Overtime continuing to take
so
away,
close.
almost ended up getting it. Taco ends up coming in with the Deadeye, taking down Randy as they feed back into the objective minefield. Now going down from Yeeter, but it's gonna end up dying to Taco as well. Ghost trying to keep the point going, so close, 0.26 meters. They're just trying to get it in there. Yes! Clovers finally able to touch the objective.
Round of applause for Jack there. That was something. That was something. I was sitting here praying they were gonna take the point just so I didn't have to solo cast the rest of this. Oh my goodness.
I am so used to seeing these like egregious like 1.5 minute feed fights in like the lower tiers. Seeing this in Transcendence tier is just mind-blowing to me right now, but it's so much fun.
Oh yeah, I love watching. I love seeing this kind of play. So I don't try to look too much on some of like the Overwatch Blizzard forums or on the subreddits to see how people feel about this meta. I mean, people have been complaining about double shield for a long time. This is fun to Overwatch. I'm not gonna lie, it's not always the best to kind of watch an Orisa shield. Comboing with pole, Halt goes in here, throw the accretion, other shield up, rotate ultimates, Moira heal. It gets a little old to watch after a while. This is fun. This is fun Overwatch to see. It's cool to see these mini fights happening halfway across the map and spawn campings and Clovers though. Good job there getting the full push there. It's gonna be, I think, good place here for them on the defense. We see the Bastion on, if you can't see Ghost. I'm not gonna talk about it yet because we don't know if that's what's coming. But for Clovers, having that May Ash, I think is good for them. Gonna have a lot of separation. Playing over on the Lucio though, interesting pick. You kind of need that when you're running the double shield like that. Oh, they're gonna go for the teleport stat with the Bastion on top.
Man, I hope Clovers are ready. Pogfish just literally ready to create some mayhem right now, and already up on the teleporter Ghost, taking down Taco. That shield did not last long for Happy Squid, and the damage just coming in, and with that Bastion still on top, it's just not going to be able to touch that objective anytime soon. First tick already coming in for Pogfish. They're trying to set a record on this objective right now. The Maywall comes up, but Ghost still able to get Excalibur thanks to that angle that they got, and the picks just keep coming in. Crocodile, Yeeter, all going ham right now as they take the objective with a fervor. 5 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock as Pogfish takes to the street.
Oh, and Ocean's getting stalked here. Gonna try to make it through. See if Laskin's able to get the pick. That would be a big stagger, but a good wall there from Excalibur.
That is true. Almost got him, but the damage coming in from Ghost kept them going. Ghost just incredibly protected by this double shield right now, and not even being like a stagnant bastion on the point, moving with the rest of the team, which you don't get to see very often. Gravitic Flux coming in from Laskin, looking to see if they can get picks, but the Maywall able to save the day right there, but that payload still moving forward, and that big old sleep coming in, not going to help them out in the least. Tank mode now coming in from Ghost as they continue to push their way into Objective 2. I swear to gods right now, Pogfish are trying to set a record for King's Row capture.
They are, and I mean, they still have ultimates going to be available in this fight. They're going to have a big old Sem shield, which isn't a bad thing to have. Stationary target there like that Bastion, but Clovers have the Shatter. They got the Bob to contest with here. The Bob won't live very long, but it should give them enough time to build up the Gravitic Flux.
That's true. The Blizzard coming in on point, but the anti-nade gets fed in as well. Here comes the wall barrier from Crocodile, and it is just death city on this objective right now. No matter what they do, they just cannot destroy the chaos that is coming in from Pogfish right now. 5 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock as they make their way into Objective 3.
Yeah, so much time. 5.5 minutes is done. You see Excalibur now switching off the May, going over to Sombra to try to deal with this. I mean, the Sombra can definitely help. I mean, they have 2 shields to kind of block these angles. The May is always sometimes a good pick on it, but you got to try something here. You're going to have 4 ultimates to deal with it. You're already getting the first hack there on a You Can't See Ghost, so it's going to give them a little bit of space to go forward and try to connect.
Destel tried to get it. Gravitic Flux, though, coming in from Happy Squid, trying to see if they can get the picks. Hack coming in once again, and it looks like they might finally be able to get Ghost right now. Not. Ghost gets away. Bastion continues to live, but others will fall in the rest of that fight. They will take control of the objective once again. 4 minutes, 50 seconds remaining on the clock as we see the reset come in from Pogfish.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to set back up with the Bastion. They don't have the Stem anymore. Going over to the Torb, seemingly to deal with the Sombra here. And look at that hack already stopping that push really on there. Good job from Excalibur. Oh!
Big picks coming in from Taco right there. The turret and Randy both falling. As we see Ghost trying to set up in that side room, I think this may be time to swap things over as they head back to spawn once again, waiting for their teammate. 4:20. Nice on the clock.
It is. Oh no, they're actually gonna go right in.
No, they're just gonna go straight back in for it. Beautiful Gravitic Flux ends up getting 2, and the Nano going in on the Ghost. They just don't care anymore. They're just like, we're gonna, you know, the regular Bastion damage ain't enough. Okay, we'll just give them more. We'll just give them more right now. Taco just barely able to get away. Tackle coming in from Yeeter ends up getting 2 after the Shatter. Laskin able to follow up as well. Excalibur has the EMP online, but somebody's got to touch that objective. Somebody's got to get in there. We see just barely Destel able to touch EMP. Coming in, ends up getting Yeeter and Ghost trying to see if they can hold on to the objective. Big damage continuing to come in. Plane and Taco, big boop coming in on the Laskin right there. Shatter comes in as well, and the cleanup is huge. They used just about every ult they had, but they were able to hold that cart 1.46 meters before ending in its final resting spot.
Oh, well, they do have the beat here. They're going to be able to use that aggressively. Randy's going to have to try to his Gravitic Flux, but you can't see Ghost now over on the Ash. Going to try to get up on that high ground and put a bit of pressure in, but Excalibur over on the Hanzo now. Interesting, going maybe for the shield break, but oh no, already winning the...
Yep, Gravitic Flux coming out from Happy Squid. Ends up getting a few, but Ghost already getting that pick on Taco. Not going to be looking good for them. We also see Crocodile now on the Torb, just raining rivets into the objective, and the Molten Core already out. Bob trying to keep the objective going right now, but that Molten Core just eating everybody up with 2 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. They will grab the Objective 3, giving them that 2 minutes, 32 seconds to get 1 tick on Objective Alpha in round 3.
Yeah, I mean, really good hold still out of Clovers. I mean, was it 5.5 minutes there at the beginning of the 3rd point that they had to deal with? So, I mean,
pretty close to that.
230 is definitely doable. I mean, but you got to be careful if Pogfish are going to run that Sem strat again. That's a tough one to kind of deal with. Clovers look like they're probably going to come out prepared for that. That's kind of the benefit though for Pogfish, is that they can try it. If Clovers have a good composition to deal with it, they have 2.5 minutes. So just go back and change your composition and run normally, because all you need is that first tick. So Clover's gonna run Lucio Ana, gonna run that double shield. Going with the Sombra, gonna try to hack that Bastion. You're probably gonna see Excalibur playing a little bit behind up on the high ground, trying to get the angle for it. We'll see what Taco ends up running. They're gonna have to be careful, because you would want to think maybe running like a Mei to help deal with that, or maybe running the Ash. Yeah, I think the Ash is a good one to try to get those dynamites above the shields to kind of put more pressure onto it. So we'll see what Pogfish runs. I'm sure this won't be their end of composition. We'll see what Crocodile's doing. Might just be doing the Pharaoh kill. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, always one of my favorites to see.
Just letting you know, I can kill myself in spawn, folks.
That's right, exactly. But it's going to come down to where Clovers are standing here to deal with this. Yeah, they're going to try the TP strat. So can they get the hack and can't early enough before You Can't See Ghost gets the damage out?
Yep, that's going to be the big one, and it looks like Excalibur already ready. The hack ends up coming in
There
already on the Ghost, sending them right off of the head right there of the statue, and it looks like they will end up still taking down Happy Squid, but Excalibur is just not letting the setup come in from Ghost. Not going to get into that turret mode no matter what right now. Not a pick to be had just yet, but able to set up once again. Destal ends up falling there to Laskin thanks to the help of Ghost, but getting hacked once again. Crocodile supercharged right now, working in that back line, but Taco getting picks there on the high ground, trying to see if they can hold it out. They are so close. They are so close. Bob already on the objective right now, trying to see if they can hold them off, but the nano goes in onto Yeeter, and that is probably just going to yeet the rest of this objective right now. We see Destal just trying to hold on, but with just that hair left, the ball ain't gonna do much. Pogfish taking away this series 3-0 tonight against Clovers, but Clovers still have one final chance, one final opportunity to give them a little bit of success. This is an interesting one.
Hey.
Not even gonna be like a boop off the edge. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe I spoke too soon. Yep, there we go. There's always one. There's always one, folks.
Wow, hey, you don't see that every day. That's Congrats there to Randy. I think that right there, it doesn't even matter what happens to the outcome of the game. You get a Lucio play the game. that's a W in my book.
Yeah, that is pretty amazing. So as we wait for Clovers to pick the final map, go ahead and start letting us know there in the chat kind of who you're thinking your MVP of tonight is going to be. Booth, who are you thinking about for MVP tonight?
Ooh, that's a pretty tough one. Over on the side of Pogfish, I think You Can't See Ghost has kind of been pretty powerful in that Ash player. On second map, you saw how strong it was. With that high ground advantage they were having to kind of shoot down King's Row on the Bastion, obviously did a great job for them. Switch back to the Ash again at the end. I think Laskin's also been great. Yeeter, you can go through the whole team. Randy obviously did a great job there on the Lucio. And then looking over at Clovers, I think Taco's kind of been a standout on DPS over there. That Widowmaker on Anubis was fantastic. Was getting so many picks. But I think Ocean as well has been doing a really good job on the side of Clovers. A lot of really good individual talent you see out of both teams here tonight. But we'll have to see what they do onto the last map. Looks like they're going to be going to, I think it's going to be Rialto.
Yeah, looks like
Rialto. Which, a good pick. That's a good pick there out of Clovers. Because out of the choices they could have gone either with Dorado or 66. Both maps where high ground's pretty prevalent, and not that high ground's not useful here as well, but not the same as you get on First Point Dorado or kind of going on Big Earls on 66. So I think a good pick for them. It lets them kind of run that Reinhardt composition a little more if they would like, which you saw definitely some success on there with King's Row. I mean, weren't able to get the victory on the map, but they definitely looked a lot stronger.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe that's just and this is something that I talk about very often. You can have really good teams, but sometimes the map or the range of map just isn't your thing. Like maybe you're just not a control team. Maybe you're just not an escort team. Like sometimes you just have those maps or those modes that you're just not great at. That's why I'm really excited for, as we start thinking about Overwatch 2 coming out within the next year, that push that push mode. Oh man, that is
That's
going to be
interesting.
so much fun to cast. That just
Oh,
seeing that big boy just going back and forth and back and forth. It's going to be so much fun.
We're gonna have to
But
get our transitions down pretty well with that. I feel like those are gonna be some drawn out.
yes, maybe so. All right. Well, already Clover's coming in with a pretty standard comp for what we've seen from them. Excalibur and Taco in on the Widow. Tracer and Destal immediately taking down Laskin with the help of Ocean right there. Just nope, we're not dealing with that. That's not happening right now. And they are just violent. There's no other way to describe this right now. The aggression now coming out from them is literal violence. They have pushed Pogfish all the way back to Objective One's resting spot and are getting picks along the way. I think Clover's looking to give a little payback to Pogfish right now.
They are good positioning. I think that Reinhardt's giving them a lot more space there with the shield moving around. They're taking advantage of Laskin, even getting the sleep there again too. My goodness, they have had Laskin's number at the beginning of each of these fights.
That is huge right there. Crocodile on the high ground right there, trying to fight off against Excalibur, but just can't get that pick right now. Just every click, just cannot miss that Tracer pick right there. Destal on the objective though, just swinging away with that nano, clearing the objective and able to get it. 5 minutes 10 seconds on the clock as they head into objective number 2.
Yeah, some swaps now over on Pogfish. They're coming out with the Widowmaker now from You Can't See Ghosts. Trying to counteract Taco here. Excalibur getting close to a Pulse Bomb. Maybe able to counter that here by trying to pick off one of those healers. Yeeter now switching over from the Sigma back to the Wrecking Ball. Gonna try to put a little more pressure onto Ocean in the backline. Kind of a little uncontested here. The first time we haven't really seen that kind of dive coming in on the back. And already going for it. If they don't get knocked off.
Just barely. The boat save right there, but not soon enough as Excalibur taking them out of the fight. Bob now on the objective there for Crocodile as they fight for control. Pulse Bomb coming in from Excalibur almost takes out Randy there in the end, but will be unsuccessful as we see now the Valkyrie popping out. Happy Squid and Crocodile exchanging blows as the res comes in onto Ghost, and that Gravitic Flux just gonna clean up what is remaining right now. Laskin, the only survivor with Randy holding on to that objective. Yeeter now back in the fight as well, trying to see if they can get that dive back in onto Ocean, but Taco gonna end up getting taken down before that shield is out, and that is going to be probably, nope, not yet. It looks like it was going to be a held fight, but they held out just long enough for the rest of the team to get back in the action. And now we see Crocodile coming out on the Torbjorn as they get ready to defend Objective 2.
Yeah, trying to deal with the Tracer a little bit. The Pulse Bomb, though, gonna take care of it himself. Says, counter, I'll be your counter.
I'm sorry, folks, I gotta breathe eventually, folks. I can't just keep, this fight just keeps going on, and it's because they're both teams are running just such aggressively fast composition. Yeah. They just keep feeding into the objective and hoping that one pick might get them. Oh, that headshot right there from Taco, or from Ghost rather, onto Taco was very nice.
Yes, it is. Yeah, these kind of like heavy pick-based fights. It's not really a distinct start and end to it. I mean, we're already seeing Ghost kind of shooting through spawn here, ending that fight before it started. And then, if you saw it out of the corner of your eye there, Laskin basically back on the first point there on the Roadhog was across the bridge. Back over again, not able to handle too much of the heat there. Holding still pretty aggressively, gonna try to grab a pick if they can. They need to wait for the shields to really get through here. Maybe give Taco a bit more space to help deal with it, but look out for all the ultimates online. 5 for Pogfish, 4 for Clovers. Excalibur gonna be close to get a 5th there as well, so gonna be a Q fest opening up here.
That is true, and there's the first Q to be pressed. There goes in the whole hog and the minefield out from both Laskin and Yeeter. The beat gets fed in from Plane, but it is just, it's not enough. Just too much damage. Ocean coming in with the anti and able to get some help from Taco to take down Laskin, but it is too late. They're going back to spawn, but they currently still have the advantage where they're at. But with 2 minutes remaining on the clock, they got to get that objective in quick.
Yeah, they only use the beat there, so they have 5 available for them. They can open up here with the infra sights as long as Yeeter doesn't apply too much background, and then they can go for a shatter, go for a pulse bomb here, and go for anything.
That's the caster's curse right there, folks, because it happened in that order right there. But big sleep dart ends up going in on the Happy Squid, wasting the most of the nano as well as the gravitic flux. And now we see Yeeter back in on the objective, fighting against Happy Squid right there, just barely able to hold on, but kind of just get bowled down as well as Taco. Yeeter, wrecking ball, might as well just call it bowling ball, because it is a strike on the objective right now.
You saw how dangerous that nano boost onto Yeeter there was. Basically one-shot Ocean in the back line. And Clovers invested a lot there. You see the switch now. Taco going over to the McCree to help deal with this a little more. But Molten Core is available for Pogfish. They're going to have another Mines, even though they used them in the last fight. And, already going to open up with the Molten Core. Okay, trying to get those early picks.
I mean, they got to cross that bridge. There isn't a whole lot of ways around that. And, takes down Destal, Yeeter, and almost was just barely able to save themselves right there. And now going in, looking to see if they can get some more. Minefield comes up, and down goes Taco as they continue to hold this choke. Just the absolute aggression being returned from Pogfish right now, not working out in Clover's favor.
Yeah, no, it's not, but not really going to have tons of ultimates. They might get, they're going to have the infra sight up for Pogfish, but Clovers might be able to get the advantage up. They can probably get that Gravitic Flux up quickly. Taco's going to have the ult here, but the Torb, okay.
Okay.
Going for the flank. Interesting. It didn't work out, though.
Big boat flanks. That's what we do here on Rialto, folks. That was an interesting one right there. Yeeter going to be soon to follow, as well as Excalibur just taking a quick nap on the objective, get that overtime ticking away. The rest time always important. It looks like they will end up getting objective 2, though, as we see Ocean falling once again. Ghost almost getting taken down there by Taco, and they're just going to run Ghost down, not letting them get out of that one. But they do have objective number 2, so that gives them another minute 15 on the clock.
Yeah, interesting from Pogfish. I think after you lose your Torb there and you're kind of down to your people in the backline, tough to contest. But Clover's able to build up ultimates from it. They're going to have 5 here. They're just dealing with Laskin in the backline, but no, they pick off Ocean. Oh, you can't push in without your hand in there.
No, that is going to be so hard for them to continue on with that. They're going to have to wait that out, and time is not a friend of theirs right now with only 45 seconds remaining on the clock. But again, we're just seeing the absolute force that comes out from, those minor changes that we see. Removing a bullet from Hog, but then boosting the damage, obviously is proving to be incredibly strong right now.
Yes, it is. And the Shatter going through, not able to catch any, but they're doing they're using the Gravitic Flux with the Hind Dune there. It doesn't end up catching any, really pushing Pogfish backwards.
Yeah, not able to get what they were looking for. And now the Nano going in onto Yeeter as the minefield ends up going down. Taco trying to take down those mines as much as possible. Now working their way back in. Laskin gonna get the res, though, as Ghost ends up falling to Squid. And Taco just trying to obliterate everything that's in their backline. Crocodile goes down. Randy going down. Overtime ticking away right now as we see Whole Hog and Molten Core are available. They've got to shut this down before they come in to stop this card.
Yeah, they got to stop. Yeeter here is going to be the contest for them, and the Molten Core are going to go in right away, but look out for the turret too. So much damage available now.
That is true, and you just see... Oh, no. Oh no. Oh, come on. This is just...
So
this is hurting. This hurts right now. Destal just sitting in the little place where there isn't goo available. You just see everybody else outside the objective, like looking for a way to get close. And it looks like we just had a brief hiccup right there. It looks like we are good to go once again. So, but man, I am feeling for Destal right now. Just like you see Randy right there, right? Not gonna be nice. Nope. Randy and Crocodile just gonna totally bully Destal right there. Overtime's gonna take away. That's gonna be it, folks. But again, one of those maps that's really hard to complete Objective 3 on, and they were able to get it within a couple of meters. Really proud of Clovers for what they did right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough to push past that. I mean, you see teams getting held definitely before the payload there at the end, so more than doable. I think we're gonna the Rhine, if they run the Rhine Hog here on the defense, they could run the Rhine Sig. Gonna suit them pretty good, I think, initially. They're gonna have to be careful about Pogfish on the defense. Yeah, it looks like Excel gonna get the DC now. I think running into some issues there at the very end of the last map. Um, but I think this could be a good point here for Clovers. They're gonna have to be careful. Pogfish are gonna be trying to take advantage of that high ground, probably with the Ash as soon as they come around the first choke there, and they gotta be careful that they don't lose too much of their advantage and lose too much space. So if I was them, I think the Sigma might be pretty good. Again, to help trying to deal with that, like apply a little more pressure up to the to block off the sight lines on the Ash and the Widowmaker. Maybe trying to run. They could run the Roadhog here again too to get some more damage out. Try to hook them if they're not being because there's no really any shields to stop that hook going across. But I think because the fact they've been enjoying the Reinhardt composition, this is definitely the right point for them on this first to be dealing with that.
I agree.
It looks like they're back. I think we're almost back.
Yeah, it looks like we're almost back into the action right there, and I agree with you. And maybe there's some pulled pork action. I know, Orisa's been nerfed into oblivion, but I cannot tell you how many times I've held that bridge. You get a Lucio, you get that Orisa, you get that Hog, even get a Pharah in the sky if you really want to make sure that those boops happen. As long as everybody keeps going into the river, it's easy day over and over and over and over again. It looks like Yeeter is possibly going to be swapping over to that Sigma, though. Of course, we don't know, and we'll probably end up coming out on that ball anyway. But can we just appreciate this view right now? Oh, well, the view that we did.
It was really pretty.
Just half a second. It was that's something I continue to love about the maps that Blizzard creates. They're just so incredibly exquisite. I just even just if I just sat here riding on the boat for a good 5 minutes, just so peaceful, so tranquil, if you will, just so nice. So nice.
Good little plug there. I like that.
Look at more of the map other than the payload, folks. Come on.
These designers do so much, but okay, Excalibur on the Tracer gonna be going at the spawn door, maybe trying to pick off shooting forward. They're gonna run the Yeeter on with the shield there, going with the Sigma, gonna be running the Roadhog with it as well, and now Excalibur gonna be pushing in, looking, maybe trying to one clip around the Widowmaker, but watch out! They're coming this way too!
Excalibur already in trouble, 2v1 right now, trying to find out.
Oh,
Randy pulling out their pistol as well. Not gonna let it out.
Hey, 2v1's tough. I'll give the credit there.
Man, even against a Mercy, that's a hard one. But the payload is moving fervently forward right now, already past the choke as they move their way into objective 1. But Taco ends up picking off Crocodile there in the back line, and it looks like they might be able to stall this out.
Yeah, they're gonna hold back here. They have a good positioning here with Taco on the Widow, putting in pressure and taking out the Mercy is a great way to help stop this push right in its tracks.
That is right. Analog gonna be soon to follow.
Hey.
Love seeing it when they're clean right there, and Taco just having free reign right there. But now I think it seems that Ghost is on to him, looking to see if they can get those picks as well. The hook coming in onto Destal gets him a little bit out of position. The Happy Squid happy to bring them back to the objective. Gravitic Flux coming in from Yeeter already, slamming everybody down, and Ghost gonna get plain there in the end. And now Gravitic Flux coming in from Happy Squid, getting some slams of their own as Taco Destal cleaning up that Gravitic Flux right there. Yeeter, the only one left near the objective, gonna fall to their counter. Happy Squid. 2 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock as Pogfish prepare for another assault.
Yeah, they're going to have to prepare to deal with ultimates from Clovers. They have the Shatter, both DPS ults here with the Infrasights to start this fight, already getting popped. And Excalibur going to have Pulse Bomb, able to put maybe pressure there onto Analog, maybe stick the Roadhog after the Breather is taken. And they're going to have a whole hog here. They might be able to wait here to counter that, to combo that here with the Nano Boost from Analog. But, there you go. You can't lose Excalibur early.
These 2v1s are just really hurting them right now. Both Crocodile and Laskin getting that pick right there is going to be huge. And now here comes the Nano. Hold on. Just pulling it off. throwing everybody out of here. Ocean sleeping to the side, just absolutely decimated by the damage coming out. And it looks like Happy Squid going to be soon to follow right there. Payload makes it into objective 1 with 3 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, they're gonna have ultimates coming up quickly though for Clovers. They have time to hold here on the second, especially if you win one fight here. A longer spawns here for the attackers. So if they're able to get one fight here, can easily take a minute and a half, not 2 minutes off, pretty quickly. Excalibur going to be looking to try to get that opening pick here with this pulse bomb, trying to deny a little bit of time before Happy Squid can get this gravitic flux up, because that can totally be their fight winner.
That is true. We already see the recall coming in for Excalibur as they try to get successful onto Ghost right there, but not going to be able to get it. And now the sight's coming out for Ghost. There's no way that Excalibur is going to be able to get in there without being seen. But the payload moving past the choke once again as we see the Widow off. Gravitic Flux coming in from Happy Squid as the Pulse Bomb able to get Ghost, but Excalibur going to be soon to fall as well. Not going to be able to recall out of that. Pulse Bomb though from Crocodile coming in on the objective, ends up taking down Happy Squid. The beat now fed in from Plane trying to save the day, and it looks like they will be able to hold. Oh no, Laskin's just like, wait and go. They're back into the action again. We see them moving their way in, and Laskin now getting nanoed along with Destal. Shatter comes in, taking them down, and as we see them just continuing to feed into the objective. Ghost able to start that oop battle off with Taco right, ends up taking them out, and now the sight's coming out from Taco, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. 1.64 meters right now as we see them pushing that card in. 0.69 meters, just barely trying to hold on to this objective. Destal holding on with dear life as all a Reinhardt can do right now, but it's gonna just barely get pushed up, but Ocean ends up taking that place. Somebody's gonna get on that objective though, make sure that Tracer doesn't push it in. Oh man, I was just waiting for Tracer to be in and just like just like blow it into point two. That would have hurt so bad.
Oh, good job there from Clovers. Excalibur getting the picks. We saw Destal getting 2, but Taco really coming in clutch there, taking out that Mercy and Tracer, I think it was. Now, Clover's looking good. Shatter going to be up. They have the nano boost to combo with that there. Excalibur with the pulse bomb still. Ghost is going to pop that sights early on, though. Well, as well with having Randy with that Valkyrie up. Gonna put a little bit more pressure on the Taco. Randy's able to be a little bit more aggressive with positioning now that the infra sights are up, so that they know where the Widowmaker is. But those opening picks are big. Those are huge.
That is true. Despite the big heat missing there from Excalibur, it is still on Clover's side right now. They're holding incredibly strong against Pogfish right now, and they may walk away from this with a victory.
Yeah, they're getting real close to it. Excalibur halfway back to a pulse bomb again, doing a great job here on this Tracer, really putting pressure on the Pogfish. They still have both tank ults too, which are going to be huge for them. Pogfish going to be getting close to that here, getting the last round. What a shot! Oh my goodness.
The place that you don't expect Tracer to be.
I don't even know what that little ledge is. Holy cow.
Yeah. I did not expect them to be there, and Taco was like, oh, I know. Don't worry. Big shatter, though, coming in from Destal. Doesn't get anybody, but at least pushes them off the cart just a little bit more, just trying to run out that clock as much as they can. Taco and Excalibur coming up on their ults as we see the Gravitic Flux coming out from Yeater, not able to get a pick, but Crocodile will follow up on the Ocean. Happy Squid soon to follow and had the Gravitic Flux on line 2. Sleep Dart comes in on to Destal, just trying to contest as much as they can, but that whole hog from Laskin is just going to tear them up. Taco going to be soon to follow right there. The only one left on the objective is Plane, but it looks like objective 2 will be captured. Minute 30 added to that clock as they head into, I don't know, what is this, like a church?
I don't know, actually. That's a good point. I never really us commenting on how beautiful the map is and people need to explore it, but then we don't know.
Us too. We'll do our homework for next time, guys.
Yes, we will. Well, Clover's looking pretty good here. I mean, they still have the flux from Squid. That's gonna be pretty big, and a pick on the Laskin is massive. But that's especially when you're so late into fights like these, they really wanted to get that whole hog probably build up here to go into the last fight, and now gonna lose a lot of ult charge not being alive.
That is true, and Happy Squid just trying to deal with that pesky crocodile, but gonna end up pushing back onto the cart very successfully. Laskin now back in the fight, ends up taking out Excalibur in their back line, and we see now the Valkyrie coming out from Randy. Gravitic Flux used by Happy Squid to try to take them out as well, and Laskin gonna fall hard right there to Death Stool as Ghost following up onto Taco, but the res coming in quick right there. 20 seconds remaining on the clock as the Nano now going in onto Crocodile. Gravitic Flux now used by Heater, trying to see if they can clean it up, and they will be incredibly successful right there, playing the only one left near the objective, but they're trying to keep it going. Blaine and Taco all falling right there. Excalibur gets the Nano as well, but not going to be able to hold nearly as strong. Death Stool and Ocean both getting antied, and just barely by the skin of their teeth. Pogfish will walk away with this 4-0, but Clovers, you did such an incredible job trying to fight off this first seat team.
Yeah, my goodness, the second half of this game was completely different. Clovers seeming to be this is definitely not a 4-0. If any kind of games are like 4-0-S games that you would mention, this is definitely not one of them. Clovers looking so strong there, and I mean, really just coming down to at the end maybe a little bit of positioning that could have been it. I mean, it was so close at the end. Maybe not getting their ultimate off too quick, but really on that last fight for me, it was Yeeter. Yeeter, I think, got 2 fluxes off in the last like 50 seconds, and
wow.
Yeah, I mean, Flux is in general already a fantastic ultimate, let alone when you're on these close points like these, when you're trying to clean up and finish off fights early, and it lets you combo so well. They had the Tracer, then the Pulse Bomb in and on top of one of the slam downs there from the Fluxes, and definitely seemed to be a difference maker at the end. But Clovers, I think looking a lot stronger on that last 2 maps. Kings Row was a nail biter, and even more of a nail biter there at the very end in Rialto. Yeah, so GG's out to both teams there. I think they both played fantastically.
Absolutely. We're going to throw it all to you in the chat right now. Go ahead, let us know who your player of the match is tonight. Booth, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
Yeah, mine's probably not going to change too much. The first half of the game for me, I think You Can't See Ghosts was still kind of one of the kind of like the strength on Pogfish. You saw that Ash being so deadly. Really close there considering with Yeeter. I think Yeeter was really good as well, but You Can't See Ghosts, definitely the strong one for me on that side. Then when we go over to Clovers, I'm going to Taco being my play of the game for them as well. That being one of their lower SR players and really not showing it at all. Doing a fantastic job around the hit scans tonight.
Those are incredible picks right there, but I feel like once again overlooked are the amazing heals that were coming out from Pogfish, and unfortunately I don't think their name matches up with who they are in Discord, so I'm going to hopefully assume that it's Aqua that was playing Ana tonight, but just wow, like King's Row was so incredible. The only one that was contesting that point was Laskin, and if they would have even just gotten antied, that would have been it. Yeah, but just feeding into that hog over and over and over and over, just keeping them up the entire time for the rest of the team to come back. I'm so impressed by all the great sleeps, the big antis that were coming in from them. So great player of the match for them. And I gotta give some love to Excalibur as well. Just doing incredible on that Tracer, on that Sombra, just trying to see as a DPS, like, what can I do? What can I do to really dislodge like this death ball comp that they got coming in here? So, those two are going to walk away with my player of the match. But hey, y'all might not agree with us. So go ahead and keep popping off in the chat and let us know what y'all think. Coming up for this next week, we're headed into week 5, folks. Stage one is heading into the end. My gosh, folks, I cannot believe it. Well, right now it looks like Tuesday is going to be in the Harmony tier. We're gonna have Excel versus Jersey Boys coming in for our match there on September 1st. Thursday in the Discord tier, we're going to see Aces versus SEAL Team Spuds. That's looking to be a good one as well. And then Friday night, our Transcendence tier will be Folklore Gaming versus Good Boys. Now, I know Folklore hasn't had a good first stage, but I mean, there's always time for a comeback. There's always time for a comeback. So I'm going to be really excited to see that. And then our YouTube special for this week is going to be in the Discord tier, Supernova versus Joey Esports. So be sure to tune into all that action. Be sure to hit that heart, punch that bell, because then you won't have to worry about the schedule. You just get notified every time we're online. You can also hit that sub button, $4.99 or Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime subscription. We'll give you access to some incredible emotes made by our community, as well as support said amazing community. And then after that week, well, we're headed into Fun Week. So many incredible events coming up. I just cannot wait to be a part of the action. But we'll let you know all about those next week, or you can join the Discord and find out there as well. With that being said, thank you so much to Juke helping us out on production. Our producers are just so amazing. We absolutely could not do it without them. Booth, do we have anything else to say before we go ahead and sign off for tonight?
Not too much else. Make sure you guys are checking in, giving a follow here. Big shout out to Captain Jack as well, being I think one of our better casters and additions here these last season or two. I've been so happy he's been able to pick up roles here in Tranquility with us. It's really I think helped up a lot of our production value, and I don't think anybody's Shatter the way that you do. So we have to give credit where credit's due.
We have already talked about how one of the events might just be me trying to cast while also playing, and I don't know how well that's gonna go for me.
We're gonna need all the help we can get in that game. I think our average SR is like 2650 for all the admins and moderators. So
that's about where I'm gonna need. So I'll just bump it up like a couple points. Couple points.
Just
right
a couple points.
Just a couple points up. We'll be good. All right, folks. That's going to be it from us here at Overwatch Tranquility. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Captain Jack.
Oh, my name is Booth.
And we'll see y'all next time.